Guys, welcome back. I'm sorry it's been a long time since I've done a video, but I've been caught up in a project that I've undertaken, and it's quite extensive. I've never done this before, but I'm in the middle of it. I'm already into it, so I'm at a point where I need to finish it. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm trying to restore a C10 pickup truck that I bought. And let me just tell you, I've been working on it off and on with teaching and parenting. You know how it is. Things just get tied up, and there's also the money thing. You got to put out the money for the restoration. Money's been tight, let me tell you. You know, as a teacher, we're only paid 10 times a year, so we do 2 months without. So right now the funds are kind of low, so the project's been put on hold as far as buying new parts to try to finish up certain things. But I also ran into a problem with the C10 that I picked up. I picked up an 81 C10 that was not running. Missing a lot of parts to the motor, the intake, the carburetor for one, and the truck had set for about 2 decades. So that was also concerning. So more than likely the block is shot, the transmission is shot, but I know the block is shot because I managed to take it apart, and I've got some photos and I'll upload them to this video so y'all can see them. Wow, the undertaking. But the reason why the project is halted is I bought a donor truck, and I've got the donor truck that I'm going to use. It's a 3/4 ton. It's an 85 model. And we're going to use its frame and everything. Yes, it's a long wheelbase because it was an old catering truck, but it's in great shape as far as the parts that I need from it. And I got a really good deal from a family friend, and I also got a 91 Suburban front clip from the same family friend, and it was a good deal. So, you know, I'm wanting to do the 91 Suburban front clip on the C10. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm dealing with. Oh, also the reason for using the 85 C10's long wheelbase frame is because the short wheel frame that I bought, the C10, the 81, is its frame's been cut. Not a big deal, but from all the videos that I've seen, it looks like it was done improperly. And with that being said, I didn't want to take a chance on using that frame and having issues with it, because the truck did set for 20 years. So there's a reason why a Chevy Silverado 81 model short wheelbase pickup truck set for 20 years. And I'm figuring that it's more likely the frame issue. Maybe there's a vibration, it wasn't done correctly. So instead of trying to fix the 81 frame, we're just going to go with a much better looking condition frame in the 3/4 ton. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you. If you notice, there's a lot of rust on this frame. A lot. Okay, it's in rough condition. Yes, this did come with a a front clip. I just took it off, and I've been using it elsewhere. So, but yes, now this is probably why the engine block is shot. Okay, I've already taken the heads off of it. I know you love the 4x4, and the trash bag just to keep the engine covered. If you notice, if you're wondering about this is brake fluid that I've poured in there to try to help unfree it. But it appears to be that a valve dropped, busted the piston. So, and it looks like it may have, since this piston is cockeyed, it's not straight like the other pistons in line, that maybe it broke a rod too. So there's no telling. And plus, just by glancing at the block, it may appear to be, done 60 thousandths over. I mean, these pistons are labeled with a 6. I don't know what that means, because usually there's a stamp or somewhere on the piston that tells you how much it's bored over or has been bored over. But that's that side. And on this side, you can see that there's not any damage, but there's all kinds of corrosion and little pieces of metal that may have broken off. And yes, there's a lot of dirt daubers that have been in there. But notice the extensive rust on the 81. Yes, it had a front clip. It just didn't leave. It just wasn't left outside, but, you know, uncovered without a front clip. And there's also a lot of rusting in the cab too. So I need to turn the camera around, so if you don't mind, hold on a second. I'm back. Sorry, I couldn't just flip it. I had to actually turn the camera off and stop recording. But I was trying my best to try to save this cab. I did buy the new rockers, the inner rocker and everything to go in here. But I got a much better cab over there, so yeah, I mean, there was a seat in here, and you can see that I was really honestly going to try to save this, but I figured that cost-wise it'd be cheaper to replace the cab, so that was my main focus of buying the 3/4 ton, was buying a cab replacement. So, but anyway, carrying on, notice here the frame and its rust. That really wasn't that much of a deal breaker for me, just because I had purchased some rust converter, and I was going to try it out. I probably still will try some of it out and make a video just to see how well it does, because you can see the extent of rust on this frame. So anyway, like I said, this one's been cut, and if you notice, it's not been cut back behind here at all. It was cut under the cab, and from everything that I've read, it was done wrong. And every video that I've seen on YouTube says it was done wrong, so I'm not going to try to save this frame. I might hold on to it just in case if I ever mess mine up. Well, let me show you. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. It was cut under the cab, and it was shortened here. And I don't know why that was done. Why they cut it, other than they converted it from a long wheelbase to a short wheelbase. But that's the issue that I have right now of why I'm not using this frame. So, but let me go ahead and show you the donor truck, the one that I am going to use. Oh, let me show you where they probably pieced it together here. I don't know if you can see that well or not, but that's what I'm dealing with. So, okay. Let's go ahead and move over to the donor truck so you can see it. Alright, here's the donor truck. I already took the door off of the original one. This is what I'm using. The donor truck is a 85 model 2500 Sierra. It's much better shape. It's got a lot more features. Still not the AC model, but be able to make do with it. We can convert it later on to an AC. Right now, that's not really a requirement. Just need to get it running. It did come with a set of 350 headers and everything, and pipes. But still, not bad. And no, I'm not going to be using this front clip. It's in pretty good shape. The front bumper does have a ding in it. I'm not going to be using it. Probably not even going to be using the front bumper off of my original truck. So, but just to let you know. But this is the cab that, like I said, I'm going to use. Now, I want to show you the difference in this cab. All right, still a little bit of rust. Not much. Yeah, I'm keeping spare parts. Yeah, it came with this truck did come with an alternator, and this is the alternator off the 81. A lot of miscellaneous parts. I need somewhere to store them, and instead of keeping them in the shed, I figured I'd keep them in the truck. So I've just been throwing all the extra stuff that I have in here. So, but I want to show you how nice this door shuts on this donor truck. Look at that. Shuts really, really well. It's got good seams, good gaps, and everything. That's what sold me. See the long wheel base frame? It just needs to be cleaned up. I'm probably going to go ahead and cover it in some rust converter and just go ahead and seal it in. And I probably will paint it again and everything. So, but this is what I've been working on. This is the original front bumper off the 81 and the original rear bumper off of the 81. I don't know if this was the original as far as to the day of the truck, but the one that was on it when I got it. So I already know that this rear end is much better than the rear end I have, but it is, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lug. I know it's a lot better than the rear end that I have, but the family friend that I got the truck from, when he sold it to me, he told me that the rear end would still be his, and I told him that was totally fine because I really did not want the 8 lug rear end, even though I know they're great rear ends. It's just I didn't want 8 lugs. Anyway, and there's the gas tank that goes with this one, and like I said, I'll be taking it off and using the shorter one. I think this is a 20 gallon, and I have to use my 16 gallon since I'm going to be cutting the frame. But I am going to have to remove this gas tank and probably move these lines out of the way. And look, there's the exhaust, dual exhaust. It's really good shape. Be able to use that. So I'll have to disconnect the exhaust, the drive shafts, and everything when we get ready to cut this, the brake lines, and any other wiring that's back here. Alright guys, just let you know what we're into, what I've been doing. Let me show you this Suburban front clip. I about forgot to show it to you. Here's the front clip that I'm going to use. Yes, it's not perfect, but not bad. Like I said, the family friend gave me a good deal. Oh, and this is the original front clip that came off of my 81. So I'll probably, once I get everything that I need off of the trucks and I have all these extra parts, I probably will just slowly start to sell them off. So no, this truck didn't come rolled like this. I rolled this. I was just trying to pick out a color that I liked out of Rust-Oleum to use. So I'm not going to roll it. I'll probably have it sprayed by a friend of mine. So, but yes, this is the Suburban front clip that I'm going to be using eventually. Hopefully I get this project completed one day. It'll be nice. Alright guys. Oh, let me show you the truck bed. We took the truck bed off, and I told you about truck bed panels, so let me show you that. Alright guys, here is the truck bed that was taken off. I had originally started sanding on it. When I started sanding on it, I could tell that there'd been extensive body work done on it. What I mean by extensive, I'm talking about a ton of bond up. So, like I said, I ordered some new parts from LMC Truck. I ordered all 3 of these panels. I ordered the lower front panel on the bed, and even though I haven't tore into or sanded down by this fender well, went ahead and ordered this panel as well. That way if it is rusted, I'll have it. And I ordered the rear panel on the back as well too. You can see how laid out it is. And there is a lot of heavy surface rusting on the bottom of the bed too. So that will be rust converted over and everything as well. Yeah, I know I got an ugly car trailer, but that's it. Now, like I said, this is going to be the first restoration project I've ever done, and I am just overwhelmed by how much work there's going to be done. Like I said, I ordered all 6 of these. I ordered this panel. I ordered this panel as well, and this panel. So hopefully everything will be good. Now, if you're looking, and you probably saw, this beam is rusted out right here. My friend and my cousin said that the best thing to do would be to just cut this out and make this again. So, and there's a good chance that we'll probably have to cut and make this one as well. At least about right here, or maybe a little bit past it. But, you know, for the most part, that looks like the worst shape. But we won't know until we get in here and we clean this up a little bit better. But we're ready to try to fix these 6 panels, and that's what we're going to really focus on and everything. And I'll be sure to take this trim off before we do that. But this will stay at a buddy's place, and he'll stand on it. He said he'll take it down to the metal for me, and he's just doing it because we're friends. So, but he'll take it down, and he's going to weld those panels in for me, and maybe we can find a body guy that's a friend and get him to do the body work on the bed after we're done welding the panels in. But anyway, there's the bed. All right, guys, that's to let you know what I've been doing. All right, guys, you have a good one and wish me luck on this project.